This is Children of the Sun by Billy Thorpe, CVT Guitar Lesson. For Dennis. Dennis, how you doing, bud? Standard tuning for this. It's interesting, he's kind of EQ'd the guitar two different ways throughout the song. One is the rhythm is just more just distortion, maybe a little bit of reverb. And then when he gets into the verse, by the way, the part I just played goes on for like 3 minutes. It's just that. Then you get to that Beatles psychedelic part around 3:37. And then you can hear like a phaser and a slapback delay and some reverb. Really cool. Elements of that reminded me of Randy Rhoads. Just the sound of some of these chords and the effects on it. But let's jump in. It comes in at a minute in off the upload that I used. It's E major, E minor, D major, A major. 7A, 9th fret, D, G, and B. I'm going to bar that with my third finger. I'm going to go down, down, up, down, up. The down, up is string mutes. I'm just going to relieve the pressure and make sure, like, I'll lift off this, and then I like to drop all 4 fingers down. That's really your pulse for this first 3 minutes. E minor just has the flatted third in it. 7, 9, 9, 8. That's the only difference, is this note here is flat a half step. Same concept over D major, that's 5A, 7th fret, barred with your third finger, D, G, and B. With that, then just make sure, I'm muting string 6 with the tip of this finger, because we're doing these big strums, down, ups, and we don't want that ringing. So make sure muting is just as important as the fretted notes. And then A major is from the top string down, 5, 7, 7, 6. You can kind of just lay this almost flat over the strings. Same thing. That whole thing, it ends up being 15 times. Then section 1B 227, check it out. It's almost the same thing. You go, oops. When you hit the A, you're just gonna let it ring for a few seconds, then stop the note. Then it kicks back into section 1A 10 times. Okay, at that point we get up to 3 minutes 31 seconds in, open 2-2, top 3 strings. And then more of this effecty part here, which I can probably quickly. Yeah, I'll just use that. I'll just use that for now. But it's E major is basically your outline chord, open 2-2-1. You'll strum. I put a 4 underneath the rest. 2, 3, 4, to let you know how long to let it ring. And then hold it down as you play the G and B string. So, then 3A, 2D, open G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open B and E. Back to the E major. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G, B, E. And then this chord, they're hard to hear as well, these chords, but 3D barred all the way down, and then add a 5G in there with the pinky. And what you want to do is strum it, let it ring for a 5 count. 2, 3, 4, 5. As that's ringing, you'll go 3rd fret E, 5th fret G, and then go 5th fret D and G, slide to 7. So it's then 1E, pick, hammer 3, pull 1, and then I open E. Open E and B, 1G, open B and E. So where you what you pick in is not even super important, because it's really quiet in the mix. To make sure them chords are changing in the right spot, because it's kind of a build up off of that E major, C major 7, E major, this F type chord, and then playing off of those and just doing a few different notes in there. You'll go back to the C major 7, 3, 2, open, D, G, B, or A, D, G, A, D, G, B. You'll go 3, 4, 5, 6. Really hard to hear this too. 3A, open 2, hammer on the D. 3E, 1B, pull off, open. Try to leave everything down if you can. If you don't want to play all the pick notes, just do the strum, you know, let the chord ring. And then open E, 1G, E and B, twice. This is what the double dots are for. 422 timestamp, 1E, 3A, open D, 2G. Pick them in that order. And then, so it's 4 to a G chord, which is 3E, open G, 3B, 3E. And then solo 1. Oops. Then we're gonna go back to regular old reverb. Two, 4 on the A, and then the D, go 2, 5, 4, pull off to 2. So, and then 4 A and D, and then a 2 D. Do that slower. You can see I just kind of flatten the third finger down. That's really a good subgroup riff. Then he does it higher, 438 timestamp. 911 D, and then on the G, 9, 12, 11, 9, 11 D, G, rest, 9 G. Here it is, a little slower. Up the tempo. 453 timestamp, go 8 B, and then 9 G vibrato. Or slide up. 7 G and B. You're gonna take your third finger, bar it, and back it with 2 fingers. Dig into those strings as you're gonna go pick, bend, release, at the half step. So, and then 5 G, 7 D, pull off, open. Back to 7 D. So. Half step, bend, release, pull off to 5 on the D. 7A, 5D. So you have interesting riffs, man, the way he plays them. 457, string mutes, basically, you know, D, G, B string. But up around the 9th fret, 7th, 8th, and 9th fret, we're going to go down, up, down. The last down will be the 9th fret, G and B. Down, up will be the mute. And then, so it's, and then a down mute and an up 7 G, B. Sounds like this. And then down, up, mute. 8B, 9G, vibrato, slide. Okay, 10th fret on the B, you're going to bend, hold, release. Up, down, 8B, 9G. It's just little pentatonic riffs. And then up, down, vibrato, down, vibrato. So it's, and then 8B, 9G, open G. B, G again, vibrato. So it's 7, 9, G, pinch 8, B. You don't have to get the pinch. He probably accidentally did it. 9G vibrato. Slide up. 505 timestamp. It's they were called double stops. The barred 7th fret G and B, backed with a couple fingers here. Bend a half step and release. You'll go. And then up 5 GB, down 7D. If you go down, it gets you further away from your target note, the 7D. 14 G and B, same thing. Half step, bend, release. Then up on 12E. And then 14G, bend, release, pull off to 12. That sounds like this. 14DG and 12G vibrato. And I just bar that 3rd finger down rather than individually lift. $15B, bend, hold. 15E, 15B, again. Then come down. Don't audibly go down with it. Just release the pressure. And go 15-12. 511 timestamp, 15 high E, bend, hold, release. And then 12, hammer 15, pull 12 on the E. 15-12 BE. It's a good little subgroup. 15B, bend, hold, release, pull off to 12. 15 pick, hold, release. And then we go to the top of page 4, 536, 12th fret E and B, just slide, descending. Repeat from star to star end. If you go back over on the second line on page 3, you'll see that whole thing. You'll play it and then up to the where it says star end, and then you'll go to the 546 timestamp of 7 GB again. Half step, bend, release, bend, release. 5G, 7D, 5D twice, 7 slide to 9. 7G 3 times. So that riff sounds like this. I know you kind of wanted to hear them a little more in context. So okay, and then 7s G and B, or D, G and B, slide to 9. 7s. It's really in the background here. 7D, slide to 9, pick 3 times. So you have 554 timestamp, 7 on the B, slide to 9. And then bar the 9th fret, G and B, go down, up, down. You can act as if you're barring the G and B from the get-go. So we're just picking the B. And then you're ready to go. Do that again, 7 slide to 9. 7 down, up, down on the high E. 559, you'll recognize this. Just different on the ending. 2-4-A on the D, 2-5-4-2, 4-A and D, pick, hold, slow bend. So, okay, 9-11-D, 9-11-D, 9-12-11-9-G, 11-D-G, rest, 9-G vibrato, 9-9, slide. So it sounds like this. 622 timestamp, 11-9-D, 9-12-11-9-G, 1111 DG, bend, hold, release. Actually, you'll do a lot of bend releases. You'll go 4 times, whole step bend, hold, releases. And then 627, repeat it, but pull off 11-9 G. So 11 D and G, hold, pull off to 9 vibrato, open 2, E and A string. It's just the E power chord.